NAR is telling us a lot of agents might be leaving the business. So it seems like agent and offices are in a bit of a state of flux right now.
The average age of real estate agents are pretty high in comparison to some other industries. And there's a little frustration, right? It's a different market than it was 2 years ago. And I think people in general, but also our industry, there's quite a few people that get their real estate licenses that don't want to work very hard.
Now we're going to be left with really what real estate is supposed to be, which is a process that a trusted professional and educator can guide you through, almost like a project manager, versus something super transactional, which is kind of how real estate was last year. That transactional real estate only happens in those gold rush markets. A lot of agents felt like they were in a gold rush. We had people coming out of retirement. That's not the case anymore. We're back to what real estate needs to be a profession, which is way more like a financial planner than a quick sale.
But the person working in business that work off checklists, that person could crush real estate, like totally crush it. Our industry as a whole did not have those people. If there's somebody out there that is looking to get a real estate license and ready to work full time and do the things that, our industry hasn't changed, right? The training manuals 30 years ago look very similar to the training manuals now. And the people that treat it like a business do really well.
Have checklists, have systems, do the right thing. Treat it like a business. Treat it like a profession, not like a quick hit sales job. And if you treat it like a profession, you do the things you should be doing, you will rise to the top. You will become part of the 10% of agents that are doing 90% of the business. Historically, a lot of brokers do look at their salespeople as virtually unemployable. And I know we do that very different. We look for professional people we can teach real estate to so that they have those systems, checklists, and processes to be a successful salesperson and find their financial security, because I need to pay my bills. And I know the other people we bring in have that same financial pressure. So if it's important for me and for you to make sure we're financially secure so we could afford to live in Long Island, I don't know how these other brokers sleep at night, but I need to bring people in knowing we're going to give them the chance and the probability to succeed so they could pay their bills. That's the difference, right? You need to be an agent that is on purposeful, that has those systems, that treats it like a profession. And then those are the ones that will stick around even when the business goes back to that more of a process and not so transactional.
Nothing gives me more joy when we hear the stories of agents or even clients directly where they say, your presentation was unbelievable. It was so much better than the other people that they interviewed, and they should get schooled by our systems.
And by doing that, you don't wake up at night at 2 a.m. going, oh my God, I have to face so-and-so tomorrow. You don't want to work for a company that's going to set you up to do that. A lot of those people could have been successful in real estate, had freedom over their schedule, had the ability to go to the school events or the vacations or whatever it is they needed to do, but they just never got the right direction.
So we see the biggest drop during dues time, but no one's willingly throwing $600-700 down the toilet every single year.
No, and you really need to be doing, more than one a year for it to be worth your while.
And there's lots of different brokerages. There's lots of different splits. And
well, that's true.
We got a buddy in Arkansas that says you don't pay your bills with splits. You pay it with money.
Yep.
So for those newer agents, sometimes you want to have all the tools, all the resources, and the material, right? I don't want to lay out $600-700 a month minimum when I'm brand new in the industry.
Right. So it's really important, and it's part of what we do, that new agents, when they come aboard and they get started, that they already have access to all the tools and systems. And we want new agents to have all the tools and systems right from the beginning. We know it could be difficult in the beginning, with cash flow. So we need to make sure that's not a barrier for our agents to do good work. And we include it, whereas a lot of other offices, you take that listing, you could be a brand new agent running on fumes financially, and photos, the sign, the open house signs, the promotional materials, that could run you $1,000 up front sometimes. We can do.
What do you think of the team model? I think you're going to see less and less of it over the next several years. And I understand why a brand new agent might want to get into a team, but geez, you're giving up a tremendous amount of money. You're better off trying to find a brokerage just that has good training and has a team type structure.
There's so many bad teams.
That's
not
why.
Teams. There's somebody just trying to eat off you, right? There's somebody who's not making enough money on their own sales. So they say, how can I make more money because I'm not selling enough? The problem is that agent isn't really ready. They can't really give enough support to their team members. They're just siphoning off money from those lower agents, and those lower agents are going to cycle through. You see this in these big offices with a lot of teams where I don't care what the numbers look like on paper. Here's what it breaks down to. You're going to make a third of your commissions. The team leader is going to make like another third or 40%, and then the office gets the rest. And if they can't feed you with like 3 closings a month, you're going to be working really hard and not making enough money.
We know a few good teams that run it as a team, but there's so many bad ones.
So with a good team, you have a lot of training, a lot of support, a lot of leads. What we feel is, why isn't the office doing that? A lot of brokers just sort of stop providing support, leads, and training. By the office not providing those leads, the support, the training, the tools, like a MyWiker powered by KV Core, the teams would do that. And if it's a good functioning team, they have KV Core, they have systems, they have stuff you could order. If we believe that all our sellers should get a similar experience, all our buyers should get a similar experience, so we'll provide the leads, we'll provide the training, we'll provide the support, and run our entire office like a team. So even our top producers are receiving that same support and those same leads that maybe a newbie is getting.
A lot of teams, again, there might be other ones that are different, but a lot of teams, you join my team and I set you into this farming area, right? You're farming an area for 6-8 months. You're starting to get some business from it. And you want to transition into getting off that team and working on your own. That farm's not yours.
Now you lose it.
You lose it. You're kind of starting from scratch the second you get out.
It's something we teach our agents, like have a Gmail account.
Brand yourself.
You could forward to your Gmail account. Like, you want to have control of your information. It's crazy to me. If the only reason you're going to stay here is because we own your database, that's not making for a great relationship. We're not going to all be so happy working together. It's got to work for everyone.
I think the grass is always greener, but sometimes it is due for a change. And I think any agent that's looking to change, just like a seller, just like a buyer, they should interview 2 to 3 people, 2 to 3 brokers. Do your research. Maybe pick your top 2. Go interview, be prepared for the questions. I think the experienced agent, meaning even if you're only a year in, knows what questions to ask. But I think Google provides you with questions you can ask.
If you go to Google and you write questions to ask when interviewing a real estate broker, there's like 15 questions. So what we do here, we actually printed that out and answered all the questions so we could just hand it over. Here's the info. Take that home and read it. That's all in your favor. Let's talk more about what you're trying to accomplish, what your goals are, because they got to align together. Your goals align with my goals and vice versa, and you have the personal traits and skills that you need for real estate. We're all going to make a lot of money. The rest of the stuff isn't going to matter. It's making sure we're all trying to get to the same place and we both buy into each other.
So if somebody is interested in interviewing with us, go to jointeamweichert.com. Call 516-845-4700. You'll get straight answers. Whether it's a good fit or not, you'll decide, we'll decide, but you're going to get straight answers. You're going to get a real clear idea of what it's like to work here, how the commission splits work, what the opportunities are for you, and you walk out here kind of not having any questions or doubts.
We also do the career nights, Tuesday nights at 5. People come in, we go through a presentation. Here's the information you need so that when you leave that career night, you're going to have a pretty good idea. What does a real estate agent do on a day-to-day basis? What am I going to do on a day-to-day basis? Can I fit this in with another career or other responsibilities? And the way I say it is all the information you need to know to decide, hey, I think real estate's right for me, or I'm so glad I came to this, came and met with you guys, because this is definitely not for me.
So career night every Tuesday. It's currently at 5 p.m. Times change sometimes, but it's going to be 5 p.m. for a while. So if you are interested, again, go to jointeamweichert.com or at 516-845-4700 and RSVP.
All right, well, thank you, everybody. Talk to you next time.
Thanks for listening to Those Real Estate Brothers with Joseph and Jared. Subscribe now to get updates on future episodes, and please share it with others. Want to connect? Message us on Google, Facebook, Instagram, or text. We'll see you next time. And remember to always work hard and be nice.